And welcome back, everyone, to the Diecast Dude Racing Network, your home for the Survivor Series. It's time to get Group 3 on the road. They have made it to Brick Mountain Speedway in one piece. Let's check out the drivers in tonight's group. On the front row, in the 1965 Mustang Fastback, it's the number 44, Lily the Dog, back on the channel. Alongside her will be the number 40 Subaru WRX STI, driven by a 1 Bolo Brown. And starting in the back row in the 3 position, this guy needs no introduction. Everybody knows him. It's the actual Crazy Canuck, the real Crazy Canuck, and the number 37 Tesla S. And alongside of the real Crazy Canuck will be Puff. In that number 17, Nissan Z, looking spectacular. You know the channel always has a soft spot in their heart for the Nissans. These guys have made it to the start line. They're at the top of the hill. It's the Survivor Series Group 3, and it is up next. The drivers have made it to the top of the mountain. They're on the starting grid. Lily the Dog, she'll start on the front row on the inside. Bolo Brown, he will occupy the outside lane on the front row. They are down and away, Lily the Dog and Bolo Brown, even through the divided 180, and they're into the chicanes and into the open track, and it's Puff who gets turned around and leaving Bolo Brown into turn 4 all by himself. Bolo Brown spins out. Puff beautifully maneuvers around Bolo Brown, finishes first with a 13.572. That could have been a catastrophe for everyone. However, everyone makes it down to the finish line, and it is Puff grabbing the early lead. We see Bolo Brown hit the gas as he hit the open track. Puff got a little sideways here, held everybody up. You thought they were all gonna wreck out right there. Bolo Brown took off into turn 4 by himself, but he could not keep that all-wheel drive Subaru under control. He spins out. Puff around the outside. Flawless maneuver for the victory. Bolo Brown gets it straight, comes in second, Lily the Dog third, and the real Crazy Canuck, he will finish 4th on lap number 1. Puff with a 13.572 will set the mark for the fastest lap for these drivers that are trying to grab the 2 extra bonus points, and we know those 2 extra bonus points can mean the difference in moving on to the Dodge Barrel round or going home early. Second lap underway, the Crazy Canuck, he'll be on the inside of the front row. Lily the Dog falling back, the Crazy Canuck and that Tesla S taking off. He's got Puff pushing him all the way through the open track. Here comes Lily the Dog, she's back at it. They're 1, 2, 3, Crazy Canuck, Puff, Lily the Dog, Bolo Brown's back there. It will be the Crazy Canuck in a close race with a 12.382. And boy, a little bit of a calamity there at the intersection of the finish line. Bolo Brown slamming into the real Crazy Canuck. Yes, that is the real Crazy Canuck. There are none like it. No juniors, no seniors, just one Crazy Canuck. As we see them get through turn 3, they're all tight. And it's Bolo Brown. He rolls it in reverse. Crazy Canuck into turn 4. He's got a whole bumper full of Puff and Lily the Dog. They both make a push, but the Tesla hits the extra battery and wins race number 2. And boy, 2 races down, all 4 cars making it to the finish line. If you want to call that making it to the finish line for Bolo Brown, he slams into the Crazy Canuck. And after 2 races, Puff with your early lead, Crazy Canuck right there, 2 points back. Lily the Dog and Bolo Brown, they are absolutely still in it. Puff, he'll start lap 3 on the inside. The Crazy Canuck, the real Crazy Canuck, he'll start on the outside. They're down and away. Puff with the early lead, but here comes the Tesla S driven by Crazy Canuck. They're neck and neck into the open track, but it's the Crazy Canuck who takes the lead. Through turn 3, they're into the middle section of the track. Down through turn 4, the Tesla checked out, followed by Puff. and there's Lou the Dog, and there's Bolo Brown again. This is not the Demolition Derby. Bolo Brown, in any event, 3 races down already, just like that. And all 4 drivers making it to the finish line in all 3 races. We see Puff with the early lead through the chicane, but the Crazy Canuck, boy, he took off, got to the open track and into turn 3, and there was no looking back for that Rainbow Tesla S as he's into turn 4, smooth as you like, no shimmying coming out of turn 4, just nothing but gas? No, nothing but battery as it gets to the finish line. Lily the Dog sets herself up and leaves it in the intersection. Bolo Brown has no choice but to go right on through it. And after 3 laps, the Crazy Canuck and Puff, they're leading, they're tied. Lily the Dog and Bolo Brown not mathematically eliminated. We will need lap 4. We will need the fastest lap to determine the Group 3 winners. Here we go, final lap of the night. It's lap 4. Bolo Brown, he'll start on the inside of the front row. Puff on the outside. Puff starting to flex that Nissan, that rear-wheel drive Nissan Z as he's into the open track. Puff all by himself. This one's going to be a no contest if they don't get it right real soon. Into turn 4, Crazy Canuck trying to give chase. Can he catch him? He will not, and it will be Puff with the win. Crazy Canuck, he will come in second. Bolo Brown, the third this time, and Lily the Dog will round out the top 4 as all 4 drivers complete all 4 circuits of tonight's race. We don't see that too often. It's good to see. We like to see the action as we see Puff in the Survivor Series replay. He has got the open track. He's a little bit squirrely right here, but boy, he really hits the gas. It leaves a little bit of an opportunity for the Crazy Canuck, but the distance is just too much. Puff will win race number 4, securing the 16th point. But it is the Crazy Canuck with the fastest lap in lap number 3, getting the 2 bonus points. They will remain tied, and they will advance to the Dodge Barrel round. The Crazy Canuck and Puff on their way. Lily the Dog and Bolo Brown, 7 points apiece. They will not move on this time, and as the drivers make it to the top of the hill to get their vehicles checked out for post-game races, we will take a look at both of them. Look at those beautiful cars moving on to the Dodge Barrel round. Those paint jobs won't last too long through the Dodge Barrel round. We will find out soon enough. Great racing action tonight. All 4 contestants gave it a great show, but Lily the Dog and Bolo Brown, they gotta go. They are on their way off the mountain. The Crazy Canuck and Puff had moved on to Group B of the Dodge Barrel round. They're the first 2 drivers. They'll wait for the next 2. That will be Group 4's final 2. And there is Group number 4. We will see them in action next week. Those cars look fast, lightning fast. We look forward to seeing them. Until then, we hope you enjoyed the show. Everybody that enjoys, go ahead and hit that like, drop a comment, let us know how we're doing. That's all the time we have for today. The Survivor Series will continue next week. We'll go ahead and get this track cleaned up for next week because it's a mess. These drivers are all over the place. Rust Belt Customs, the track crew, they'll get it all cleaned up. We'll see you next week, folks.